Hal here. We're doing Mail Monday. I'm going to answer a couple of questions, and we'll get to it in just a moment. I would like to know what kind of pickup you are using in your beautiful Blueridge guitar. Also, let's see, I've got another question. What kind of strings and guitar brand do you have? Greetings from the Netherlands, from Sebastian. Well, what I've got here, and I get this question every once in a while about this particular guitar. This one that I'm using, can you see that? This is a Blueridge BR73. I encountered it when one of my students was looking for a guitar. He was playing a whole bunch of guitars that this guy had for sale, and he didn't like it, and I did. And so I just picked it up and started playing it, and I played it for probably 10 or 15, 20 minutes, and I eventually went back to that same fellow, and I asked him if I could try out his guitar to see if I would like it. Well, he handed me the guitar and the case and said, here you go, take it home and try it out. And if you like it, bring me the money back, and if you don't, just bring me the guitar back. And I was pretty flabbergasted about that. But I took it home, and if you've ever been a salesman, you realize that if you let somebody drive the car, you know, if you're a car salesman, you let them drive the car, they're going to get excited about it if it's a good car. Same thing about this guitar. I really liked this guitar. I put it through its paces. I like the sound of the guitar. I like the size of the guitar. It's a triple-aught size. It's very much like a Martin triple-aught. So I love the neck, love the way it feels. I didn't even realize that it had this mother-of-pearl inlay on the edges and around the sound hole right here. And so I remember after I bought it, someone said to me, wow, I really love your guitar. I love the way it looks. I thought, really? Oh, wow, I didn't realize it was so pretty. So that's not why I bought it. I bought it because I love the sound and I love the size. And I did put I don't think it had a bone nut when I got it. This was before they were putting bone nuts on the BR73. I got a bone nut put on. It has a bone saddle. I got a new pickup put in it, and you can see that I have it plugged in here. See that? I actually have it plugged into my Roland R26, which is a recorder that I use a lot of times to record the audio for the guitar. And I have a lapel mic right here that I'm using to record my voice. Now, I have used a Rode microphone on top of the camera before. I don't have one today. I'm using the lapel mic going into the Roland, and I have the guitar plugged in going to the Roland, and the pickup that I'm using is a Fishmann pickup. It's an old Fishmann. I don't remember how old it is. I don't remember exactly, where I got it, if I bought it or if a friend of mine bought it. I used to work with a friend of mine. His name is Howard Gale. He used to work in Hollywood back in the 70s and the 80s. And he was old school, analog, tape, and all that kind of thing. And he's actually recorded people like, I think he spent a week with Pink Floyd one time doing drum sounds and things like that. He's also recorded Three Dog Night. And he's one of those guys that, he can listen to a recording and he can say, that sounds like it was mixed on a hill, or that sounds like it was mixed on a Soundcraft. Those are mixers, analog mixers. And he could tell what mixer they were using on a certain recording just by listening to it. Amazing guy. Anyway, he actually did the work on this pickup for me. He did something that he calls hot rodding the pickup. And he beefed up the capacitors in it, and it sounds really good. I love it. And but if I was going to do a new pickup in another guitar today, I would look for a Fishmann. one that has a battery. I like the under the bridge pickup because you can't see it. And the electronics are back here inside the guitar on the other side of this plug. And I don't always plug it in, but I do a lot. The strings that I use on this particular guitar are D'Addario 12s. And I love these acoustic strings. They're bronze wound. Let me see if I... Anyway, I get them in bulk from a musician's friend. Actually, you know what? These strings that I have on right now are 13s. Same thing, D'Addario, but I think the EJ16s are the 12, and that's what I use for most of the time. But I had a set of 13s. I just thought I'd throw these on because they were just kind of random. I don't use them usually, but I just thought I'd throw them on and see what it feels like. So that's what I use on this particular guitar. Again, Blueridge BR73 with a Fishmann hot rodded pickup, D'Addario EJ16s. And that's what I use. I change my strings pretty often. I've had these on for probably almost 2 weeks, and they're starting to sound like they're fading a little bit. Like the intonation isn't quite as good as I want it to be, and the sound, actually it sounds pretty good. But if I was going to do a gig tomorrow, I would change the strings on it, and I actually might do that here in the next couple of days. Anyway, that's about this guitar. Thank you for being here and for asking questions. Let's see if there's any other questions that I need to answer. Nope, that's it. I don't think there's any others that I have that I need to answer at the moment. For yourself, for a guitar, I would look for... Now you can get this guitar if you want to, of course. You can get a Martin, you can get a Fender, you can get anything you want. One of the things that I like to do is look at my favorite artist and listen to their recording and see what they're using and see if I can get something similar to it or exactly the same thing. Sometimes artists will publish exactly what kind of gear they use. I know Steve Morris. Steve Morris has published that. You know, he's played with Deep Purple before and with Kansas, and he's got a website and everything, and you can find YouTube videos with him online. He talks about his gear and how he hooks it up and all that kind of thing. Of course, Steve plays mostly an electric guitar. I don't remember if he plays an Ibanez or not. Anyway, you can look up that kind of thing. That's always interesting, what kind of gear to use, what kind of strings to use. And from time to time, friends of mine will say to me, hey, you ought to try these strings. These are great. And I do. I try different kinds of strings and see if I like them. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. I know that there have been times when I've tried strings that they say, you know, these last 3 times as long. And the coated strings, that kind of stuff. I never really liked the coated strings very much because they give more of a covered sound. I like that bright, crispy sound on a set of strings. One of my friends, I said, I don't like those strings because they're kind of coated and they sound dull. And he says, I love that sound. And I'm like, okay. So it's really up to you what kind of sound you want. Some people like that dull kind of sound that comes from old strings, and those coated strings, you know, give a good sound. Let's see if I can find the name of those strings. Let's see, elixirs. Elixir would be those coated strings that I was talking about. They're a little more expensive. Here's some elixir for 16 bucks. Oh, that's interesting. Earthwood, Ernie Ball, Martin, Fender. Just try different strings. That's what I would suggest. If you buy them individually, you're paying like $15, $16 for a set of strings. If you buy them in 3-packs, sometimes you can get the price down to 10 bucks or 9 bucks or whatever. Electric strings are even cheaper. Bulk strings are even cheaper. So it just depends on, you know, how many strings you go through and what you want to pay and that kind of thing. I think it's always great to have extra strings around because if you break them, then you can change them right now. You don't have to wait till, oh no, I gotta wait till I get to the store and all that kind of stuff. No, I always have extra strings around. Well, thanks for coming by on this Mail Monday. Appreciate you being here. Thank you very much for the people over at Patreon. Appreciate that. And just connect with me there. Tell you what, for the new year, 2017, I'm going to send out some Stance socks. I've got like 5 or 6 pair that Stance sent me last year, and I haven't given them away yet. So those people over at Patreon, get in touch with me, send me your address, okay, and I'll send you a pair of socks. Let's see, for those people that are not patrons over at Patreon, you can go to that website. I'll put the address right here, and you can go there and check it out. You notice that I've been doing videos every day, and I actually have skipped a couple of days here in the last little while. Sometimes when things have been really hectic, I haven't had the time to get out videos. Sometimes I'll record a video and something will be wrong. The audio will be wrong, or the focus went out on one part of it and I have to redo it. Just technical details, or there's so many details to a recording that it just takes hours to get it going. Sometimes it just happens. So I haven't been able to get out recordings every single day. That's okay with me. I hope it's okay with you. But I'm doing my best, and I'm really enjoying doing the Tuesday advanced videos, the Wednesday beginning videos, the Theory Thursday videos. So far I haven't missed a Thursday. That's really good. Well, thanks for coming by. Talk to you later. Take care. Standing stone, wake up and talk to me. Standing stone.